Walaikum salam, great peace. I meet you all with great warmth, great gratitude. This is a carry on from the last video. I want to talk about more about military benefits that I didn't get to touch on in the last video. And this particular benefit, that people may not even know of, you know what I mean? Like they can take advantage of. So it's a few of them really. But let's start. Um, civil federal service jobs. Civil federal service jobs. Um, the VA, if you're separated from the VA, you're currently enlisted or you're re-enlisted, the VA will support you. They'll give you a letter that can go with your resume and cover. They'll give you a letter where you can, take to your employer. You can take to, the person who's in charge of human resources. You can give them this letter. It will help you. Everyone gets it in their VA portal. If the person who's acting as your admissions officer, if they allow you to have it, you get it. You're supposed to already have it, but you get it. You serve 90 days or more. You get your civil service letter for federal jobs. This is something that you want to take advantage of. You can get a job from anywhere paying $170,000 a year to $200,000 a year, with or without a bachelor's. And this kind of carries on to the conversation that I wanted to talk about as far as when you're applying for a job and, you don't know, like, you don't know what it is you want to do. Take a job at, your any office that accepts veterans. You're out of the military, you're trying to find work. You may not want to wait around. You may just, want to do something else. The military will support you. You know what I mean? So that's something that you want to take advantage of. All VA local posts have, a social worker who is, working on your behalf. They will help you get to what you need. So again, when you're a veteran, right? You're the first in line for any job. You're a veteran, and like Dick Gregory, right? For those who know about him as far as being an advocate for social justice, he said in his book, VA veterans, they get the first dibs at whatever job, ahead of regular U.S. citizens. They get first dibs. So if you want a job at the post office, you are the one who's going to be considered first for that job, because you're a veteran, so that's another scope that you can look into. The other thing that I want to talk about was you get zeroed down. Towards a home. Say if you get a certificate of eligibility for $200,000, the military will help you get that home for $200,000. Of course, you will have to pay the money back, but you don't have to pay $18,000, $20,000 up front. That's something that I did because I wanted a particular house. I didn't want a house that was kind of like newly built on a cottage or anything like that. I just wanted a house, that was, around the way. So I was only available for, a conventional loan. So that's something I took advantage of. But the VA, they have a COE process where you can get a home for zero down, newly built. You can restruct a home. The developers will work with you. So that's something you can do. The other thing that I want to talk about was that, when you're separated from the military and you think like, man, I'm going to miss going on base. I'm not going to be able to see the uniform personnel. I'm not going to be able to work out. I'm not going to be able to see the new soldiers standing at the platoons. I'm not going to see them go up to the barracks and things like that. Like when you're on the military base, right? When you're at the point of entry, all you have to do is show your military ID, and you're allowed to come back on base. For whatever you want to do, right? You can come back on base. You know, you're a professional. You're a veteran now. You're separated. You have that card, the ID card that you get from the VA. With your picture on there. You can go back up to the arsenal, the main base. The units, you can go back and be allowed to come on base, if you have your card with you. Another thing is this, reserves. You're someone who want to camp out, go to Yosemite Mountain or somewhere. You want to go over there and, you want to be in the range area. If you're a veteran, you can do that. Veterans are allowed to, go back to the forces, and camp out, for free. All you have to do is just show the park rangers, whoever is in charge of that particular area, show them your military ID, and they will allow you to camp out there. So that's not an issue. So like again, I want to drum this home. You're a college student, you got some credits under your belt. Go to the military, if you want to take a break from college, right? You got a associate's, a bachelor, anything, right? The military will put you in a better position if you choose to join. When I went to the military, I was with a guy. He was Jamaican, and he had a degree. It was something in radio. It was something like that. He had a degree in I think cybersecurity, and he was being advanced to I think it was like E5 or E4 already. He was already being advanced and prepared to be ahead of a corporal or something like that. He was advanced. We on the same flight, sitting next to each other. The plane is having a hard time landing, and we're like, man, we're not gonna land this plane. We sitting on the land, and we actually land at the military address there at South Carolina, and the military personnel for the base, they were waiting on us. You know what I mean? So they picked us up, and like we separated. He was getting ready to do what he was going to do, and I was getting ready to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? So when you have a degree, you have some credits, it's a good time to join. You know what I mean? So like even before that, it's a good time to join. If you someone who has a certification or something like that, that's going to go well with your recruiting officer. You know what I mean? That's how you get lighting points as far as like being in the military, when they know that you have experience in certain things. If you have a certification or something, and office administration or anything like that, business administration, here you are. Now you can go into the military and think like, okay, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do that. It's gonna bode well for you. The last thing I want to talk about was ceremonies. Ceremonies. You actually get ceremonies and you get free travel. So when you're in the military, you get free boarding, you get free travel, and you do all these things, and it's like people take for granted the fact that the military pays for all this, and you get paid while you're in the military. You know what I mean? Like you get paid. It may not be the most or a lot, but you get paid. You know what I mean? Like it's better than going to work at Hardee's, or working at Chick-fil-A or working at Radio Shack. It's better than doing that. You know what I mean? Like, you get a chance to go into the military, you walk through a ceremony and, they say stand like this, pose like this, and take your picture. Then they adorn you with the medal. You know what I mean? Your sergeant puts it over your neck. You graduated. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Before you know it, you look up, you're a colonel now. You know what I'm saying? You're a master sergeant. You know what I'm saying? You look up, you company manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is going to go on your resume, and you're going to be able to use it in the civilian world once you get out. So those are things you could do. Like, you don't just go. And again, like, there's this scare that, when you go into the military, you're possibly putting your life at risk. Or, you're not able to talk to your family. Like, you're able to talk to your family a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rules are relaxed. Like, you can talk to your family. After boot camp stage, you can talk to your family. During boot camp, you'll be writing letters. You know what I mean? So that's not a big deal. I went through it. It wasn't a big deal for me. But the thing that, I really want to say is that, when you're in service, take advantage of that opportunity. Take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, take advantage of it. Because, like, it's very important that, when you're graduating and you're leaving behind the people who you met while you were in service, some people are going off to do infantry. Some people are going off to do computers. Some people are going off to do labs. Some people are you can do anything you want to do in the military. It's more options than it is in the civilian world. When you're in the civilian world, if you don't have a degree, you're at best going to be doing retail jobs or restaurant jobs. Sadly to say, the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I've just kind of take the option to relax with the money that I do have and to travel. You know what I'm saying? And to get material so I can read. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've chosen to do. I haven't really been able to go to other places and try to think maybe I want to go to Asia one day, or Thailand somewhere, and live there and see how it is. Those are the things that I haven't been able to do yet. But eventually, when we look up and we see that we've been able to travel while we were in the military, you're gonna look back and be grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because once you got the military, everything is on your dime. You have to pay for it. So. Not saying that you won't be able to pay for it, but it's on your payroll now. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be responsible for that. So those are the things that I wanted to mention in this part 2 installation of, military benefits for college students. Look into it. So you all take care. And again, enjoy Ramadan. Great peace. Yakoki.